Hey guys, SSR here. So there's a video on YouTube right now everybody's talking about. It's about the coin and bullion dealer that had his bank account closed by his bank, and effectively, I guess, closed his wife's and his kids and shut off his credit cards. So it got me to thinking, what other reasons have banks closed accounts before? So I googled it, and apparently banks closed accounts for people who made maybe substantial amounts of money on Bitcoin and were depositing it or withdrawing it. I think I remember marijuana being a problem for stores that had a license to sell medical marijuana and large amounts of cash because it was still federally illegal. So banks didn't want to hold that cash. Why would the banks have any problem with bullion or gold and silver in general, or coins? I don't understand it. Well, I dug a little deeper, and this is something that I found out that I've never heard before, and maybe you haven't either. We all know that they confiscated gold back in the 30s. And we've all heard that, so buy pre-33 gold, whatever. Well, did you also know that they confiscated silver? Executive Order 6814, requiring the delivery of all silver to the United States for coinage. So I'm going to read this to you real quick. Look this up, the American Presidency Project, and this was August 9th, 1934. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Silver Purchase Act of 1934, and of all other authority vested in me, I, Franklin D. Roosevelt, President of the United States of America, do hereby require the delivery of all silver situated in the continental United States on the effective date hereof, by any and all persons owning, possessing, or controlling any such silver, and do hereby require any and all persons owning, possessing, or controlling any such silver to deliver the same in manner, upon the condition, and subject to the exceptions herein contained. Such actions being in my judgment necessary to effectuate the policy of the Silver Purchase Act of 1934. Section 2, silver required to be delivered. There shall be delivered in accordance with the terms of this order all silver situated in the continental United States on the effective date hereof, except silver falling within any of the following categories, so long as it continues to fall thereunder. So categories: A, silver coins, whether foreign or domestic; B, silver of a fineness of 0.8 or less, which has not entered into industrial, commercial, professional, artistic, or monetary use; C, silver mined after December 21st, 1933 from natural deposits in the United States or any place subject to the jurisdiction thereof, provided, however, that so much of such silver so mined in the continental United States on or before the effective date of this order, which shall not have been deposited within the United States Mint tender the proclamation of December 21st, 1933, shall, if processed to a fineness greater than 0.8 within 75 days from the effective date of this order, be delivered in accordance with this order, not later than 90 days from the effective date hereof, or if processed to a fineness greater than 0.8 after 75 days from the effective date of this order, be delivered within 15 days thereafter in accordance with this order. D, silver held for industrial, professional, or artistic use, and unmelted scrap silver and silver sweepings in the amount not exceeding in the aggregate 500 troy ounces, belonging to any one person. Silver owned on the effective date hereof by the recognized foreign government, foreign central banks, or the Bank of International Settlements. Silver contained in articles fabricated and held in good faith for a specific and customary use, and not for their value as silver bullion. Or silver held under a license issued in accordance with Section 6 hereof. Section 3. Time and place of delivery. The silver required to be delivered hereunder shall be delivered not later than 90 days from the effective date hereof to the United States Mint nearest to the place where the silver is situated immediately prior to delivery, provided that such silver temporarily falling within the exempted categories enumerated in Section 2. Enumerated in Section 2. Shall be delivered at the end of 90 days from the effective date hereof, or 15 days after the time when it ceases to fall within such categories, which date is later. Any person acquiring ownership, possession, or control of silver required to be delivered under this order after 75 days from the effective date hereof shall deliver such silver within 15 days of such acquisition. I didn't read this whole article, so I don't know how long it is, but we'll see. Section 4. Amount returnable for silver. The silver herein required to be delivered shall be coined into standard silver coins, or otherwise added to the monetary stocks of the United States in accordance with proclamation, bearing the same date as this order, related to the coinage of silver, and there shall be returned therefore in standard silver dollars, silver certificates, or any other coin or currency of the United States. The monetary value of the silver so delivered, that is $1.2929 plus a fine troy ounce, less a deduction of 61 8-25 8/25, I don't know, percent thereof for centerage, brassage, coinage, and other mint charges, as provided in such proclamation, that is, the amount returnable for the silver delivered in accordance herewith shall be an equal amount to 50 plus or minus a fine troy ounce, which amount is not less than the fair value at the time of this order of the silver required to be delivered herein, as determined by the market price over a reasonable period of time terminated at the time of this order. Reimbursement of costs. The Secretary of the Treasury shall pay all necessary costs actually incurred of the transportation of such silver and standard silver dollars, silver certificates, and other coins and currency of the United States, including the cost of insurance protection and such other incidental costs as may be reasonably necessary. Persons desiring reimbursement of such costs shall submit their accounts on voucher forms, which may be obtained by writing to the Treasury of the United States, Washington, D.C. Okay, so just a few more paragraphs here. So you can get your what they evaluated at after they confiscated $1.29 per ounce back. Section 6. Licenses. The Secretary of the Treasury, subject to such regulations as he may prescribe, acting directly or through such agency or agencies as he may designate, shall ensue licensing authorizing the withholding of silver, which the Secretary of Treasury or such agency as he may designate is satisfied. A. Is required for legitimate and customary use in industrial, professional, or art by persons regularly engaged in such industry. B. Has been imported for re-export. Or C. Is required to fulfill an obligation to deliver silver in such amount to a third person incurred or assumed by the applicant on or before the effective date of this order, provided that the date of the application the applicant owns such silver or holds the obligation of another to deliver to him such silver. The Secretary of Treasury may, with the approval of the President, issue licenses authorizing the withholding of silver for purposes deemed to be in the public interest and not inconsistent with the purpose of the Silver Purchase Act of 1934 and this order. Section 7 and the last one. Deliveries in fulfillment of obligation or to licenses, no person required to deliver silver owned by him or in his possession or control shall be deemed to have failed to comply with the provisions of this order if such silver is delivered in fulfillment of the obligation incurred or assumed by such person on or before the effective date of this order, or is delivered to a person licensed to acquire and withhold silver in such an amount under Section 6. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the White House, August 9, 1934. Wow. So, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Silver was also confiscated, and it sounds like it could be confiscated again. So, if they need our silver bullion to make coinage to go back to a silver and gold standard, guess what? We had a boating accident? I don't know. Stay safe. God bless.